Okay, so the next film is well, it's there's two names. So if you find it, it's basically it's called The Evil Mind. It's actually also called The Clairvoyant. The Evil Mind is just I think the US name, but it's normally called The Clairvoyant. It's a suspense drama. There's no rating. It's an hour and 8 minutes. It's from 1935, so it's black and white. And there is volume, as in the sound, so it's not a silent film. Amazon have a rating of 4 out of 5, and IMDb 6.6. And I've said before, I will review some films that aren't lower than a 5, because black and whites most people probably don't watch, and sometimes you can miss some good gems. So I'll read the Amazon synopsis. Cloud Rains is a phony psychic who makes a good living fleecing the suckers with his wild prognostications. That's how you say it. But after Rains is plagued by severe headaches, he discovers that he truly does have visions. Suddenly his predictions become to come true, and Rains is elevated to a position of prominence in European social and political circles. Now, just before getting through all the blurb, you can get it on Amazon, but you have to rent it or you buy it. Rental is £2.49 SD quality, and to buy it £6.99. You can find it on Internet Archive website because there's no copyright, so you're completely free to watch it that way. But it is a bit of a grainy one, so I found it on YouTube and it was pretty good quality. You know, a bit of crackle in the background, but very good quality. So I've linked that one in the bottom in the comments box, so if you want to have a look at it, you can do. The director is Maurice Elvey, E-L-V-E-Y, and he directed The Lodger. The producer is Michael Balcon, B-A-L-C-O-N, and he did The Lodger as well, and also produced The Lady Killers. Music was composed by Arthur Benjamin, who did The Man Who Knew Too Much. Now, the cast, there's obviously a few, but I always try to pick the main ones. We have Cloud Rains, who's Maximus, he's the main guy, and he was also in Casablanca, famous Casablanca, that I've not seen. Fay Wray, F-A-Y-W-R-A-Y, she played Renee, and she was in King Kong, the original King Kong, 1933. Mary Claire, who played Mother, who was in Oliver the Twist, and Jane Baxter, who was Christine, and she was in Drake of England. It was actually filmed in Gainsborough Studios, Islington in London, so it's a British film. So at the very beginning, the music is the typical orchestral stuff, you know, the stuff at the time. They didn't have electrical music, obviously. And it has the list of cast. Now it's quite funny because if you watch some old black and white films, sometimes they call them the players, but this one was called the list of cast. So you had the cast coming up, which is quite nice, as opposed to just little snippets. So again, I'm not giving anything away. It's in the trailer that I've managed to find. It starts off with the clairvoyant. He's up on stage. He's got his cape on, and his assistant is getting to get personal items. So what she does is she's like, well, I'm not giving anything away, so it's literally under the 10 minutes at the moment. But what she does is she sort of, he's got his blindfold on and she's wandering around. She says, "Right, okay, give me a personal item, any item." So somebody gives her a watch. She says, "What do I have in my hand this time?" And he goes, "A watch." So you can see the symbol, and it's probably like this in most of these things. And then she was supposed to go upstairs to the outer balconies, but then she got locked out for some reason. So he was then getting ridiculed on stage, and some dude, because he kind of passed out a bit, and some dude said to him, "Go on then, tell me what's in this letter." And that's when he did, and that's when it kind of changed. People were like, well, go on then, what's in it? And it's like, you don't want to know. It's like, well, go on, tell me. So he did. It was just like, oh. So, so the main man's foretelling the accident before. So if you've seen Final Destination, horror, whatever, where they're on a plane, I think they're in a car at one point, whatever, and they thought that the lad sort of sees what's going to happen before it actually happens. I'm not giving the film away in Final Destination because that's what the bloody thing is. That's what it's all about. But it's kind of like that. So they're on a train, and then he just pulled the cord to stop the train, and then he just got off because he said everyone's going to die. And it's a bit later on he predicted the winner of a horse derby, and I kind of figured out what was going on at one point in the film, because I found out later on that I was actually correct. But yeah, the woman was there that it was Jane Baxter who played Christine. She was always hovering around, and it always seems to be that she has some influence. Yeah, I'll leave that with you. So, like I say, it may be black and white. It's got a bit of a crackle in there, in the background. But it's a great story. I'm not going to give anything away. I'm not going to give anything away because it's such a good film. It's not like my typical moaning, whinging, what the hell have I just watched routine. But it's a great story. It's a very good drama. Apparently, but from my understanding, it's a guy that's been pulled towards someone who gives him the power to foresee whilst giving up his loved ones. So again, it's kind of like he's wanted to see in the future and be proven that he's actually who he is. Then he gets here, but it's not all it's cracked up to be, and he don't like it. So it's kind of like be careful what you wish for, sort of thing. It was a great film. I can't say anything bad about it. Like I say, it wasn't a low-rated film, but kept me entertained all the way through, and that's why I didn't write much down, because I just thought, this is awesome. I'm enjoying this. But yeah, very good. I'm actually going to give it a 7. So it's a very good film. And yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it, and if you want to see it, like I say, I will do more black and white films. Not all the time. I've done one before, so this is another one. Okay, right, let's go and get the next one.